What to say. Sometimes you just don't even know where to start. But I guess the important thing to do is at least start. Because if you don't start, it's not even that you're not moving forward, but you're actually moving backwards. Because the world is still spinning, time is marching on, and if you're not at least keeping pace, you are moving backwards. So, I don't know where to start. I know it's time to start. There's been a lot of stuff on my mind and in my heart over the past several months, really even the past year or two, and I keep thinking in the back of my mind that I want to start something. I want to do this, whatever this is. I don't know. It's really, it's for me. It's not for anybody else. Now, if somebody else out there gets something from it, awesome. I mean, that's awesome. But I think that's what the world needs. Is the world needs people that are passionate, that do what they want to do because they have a desire within themselves to do it. And that's what the world wants, man. The world wants people that do things passionately with a desire that they have. And I think if we're honest about it and open about it, that will open up all kinds of doors of opportunity and possibilities for us. Now, I don't think that means that we'll never fail. I mean, by no means, because failure is one of the greatest teachers in life. And we can't really grow unless we learn from our failures. Because to grow means that we're going to have to change. And to change means that we're not going to be doing the same thing that we were doing day in and day out. And that often means that we might try something and fall flat on our face and it just doesn't work. So with me just recently losing my job and coming to a new point in my life, this is an opportunity to embrace change, not to be scared of it, even though there is uncertainty in the unknown, but to embrace it. And the friends and family that I've talked to about this, that's the one thing that I keep saying is it's an opportunity. And I know it is because I can look back over my life and I can see the things that God has done in my life to bring me to where I am today and all that He has brought me through. And it's it's encouraging. Before I got this news this previous Sunday at church, Michael gave a message talking about Genesis chapter 12 and 13 about Abraham and God calling Abraham from his country, from his people, from his possessions, to leave and go to a land that the Lord will show him. Not, hey, here, come here, but hey, go. And once you go and you're on the way, I will show you. But we've got to take that first step, that step of faith, stepping out knowing that, hey, God has our best interest in mind. And man, when I think about all of the situations in my life that I've been through losing other jobs, having to move back in with my parents, after I was like looking to buy a house for myself, from when my car burned down and I had to catch rides with friends and get my grandparents to take me to work, and through that was able to spend time with them before my granddad had a stroke, and my grandparents being married for 50 years. That was an immense blessing that I would not trade for anything. The same thing, being able to meet my best friend, the man that was the best man at my wedding. If it weren't for these tragedies, it wouldn't have led to me meeting other people that would have caused me to end up move out to the middle of nowhere to work on a farm, which caused me to gain experience and meet friends and buy a house and have roommates that, through certain events and circumstances caused me to meet my wife. But none of that was apparent during that struggle, during that trial and that conflict, during that period of uncertainty. But it all comes with perspective, which is gained once we get a little distance from where we are. But that comes through time and through taking action. It's a saying, you can't see the forest for the trees. So sometimes in order to see the splendor and the grandeur of the forest, we have to keep on marching through the difficulties of life, through the hardships, to climb uphill, struggle uphill to the peak of the mountain, where it is there that we gain perspective. And often what happens is we come to the high point of where we are, and we see beyond our circumstances. We see past into all that we've overcome and the beauty that is there. And we look ahead, we see, hey, I've still got further to go. Still got another valley ahead of me, another mountain ahead of me. But that's part of life. And that's part of what makes life so beautiful. So I say all these things to encourage you if you're going through a hard time, as well as to encourage myself and remind myself of what is real, what truly matters. And I'm grateful for the opportunity in this hardship, in this uncertainty, for me to strengthen relationships with friends and family members, to build new relationships, to grow and become more than I am, to be diligent and continuing to do so. So while I don't know what the future holds, and I don't think you do either, God is faithful, and He knows what He has in store and what He has planned. And if we would follow Him faithfully, knowing that He has our best interest in mind, because He loves us, all things work together for good for those who are called according to His purpose. That does not mean that we will always have sunshine and roses. By no means. But it does mean that we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. That doesn't mean that we can always win. But it means that even when we lose, even when the unexpected happens, that we can rejoice because we are loved by the Creator of the universe. And it is the difficulties and the hardships of our lives that cause us to become more than we are, to be molded and shaped more and more into the image of Christ and who we are in Him, which is of so much more important than anything in this world. It's vastly more important than anything else in this world, because everything in this world is fleeting. Everything. The only thing that truly matters is what we are doing to impact eternity. And now that means we got to work hard, we got to be diligent, because God has called us to be stewards, to honor Him in the work that is at hand, not to look for some far off future dream of I'll be happy when I get here, and just say, Lord, what would you have me do today? What can I do this day? What can I learn from what happened previously to impact today, that I can continue to move in a direction that glorifies and honors the Lord and makes an eternal impact of significant importance? I'm sure I could keep going, and I probably will, but I don't want to do too much. This is what I really want to be the first of many videos, posts like this, because I don't care. I want to get it into my mind that regardless if you get anything from this or not, which if you do, that's awesome. I mean, really, it's awesome. And I hope so. But I'm reminding myself that this right here is not necessarily for you, but it's for me. I want to do what I'm called to do, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And that's one of my biggest fears, is what is somebody else going to think? What are they going to think? How am I going to be viewed? Because we are relational beings. We're not mechanical. We like to see problems and go like, man, if I can just fix this, if I can talk to a specialist, talk to somebody that knows what's going on, and they can just diagnose that problem, and then we can, get the scalpel in there and we can pull this out, or we can put some ointment in there and we can heal it and we can make it better. It's like, no, man, we are relational beings. God created us for relationship. The chief end of man is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. And that involves relationship. Now I got a call, so we'll pick this back. Peace.